I'm a man who's alive, I'm a man who's loved my children, I'm a man who's done everything for my children. Why is the child saying so? Papa, we are disgusted to call you our father. After 5 minutes, she gets up and shows me the door of the bungalow and says, why don't you just leave? Suddenly they have become our children. There must be some hidden agenda. Attachment kya hai? Come to Ooty and pay 8.5 lakh rupees. First of all, you have taken away my children, so I become a wiki donor, and then you are treating me like an ATM card. I'm not a fool not to understand that. Who told you to become a single mother? I never told you to. You deserted this third marriage. In this marriage, I have faced extreme amount of abuse of all sorts. I don't want them to become like her.
Nitish Bharadwaj, thank you so much for joining me on Times Network.
Thank you for
I really appreciate that you're taking out time from your, valuable time from your daily duties.
Vicky, you are special because you broke the first story of my engagement to Smita, called KNOT, not surprising.
Okay, and here we are going to talk about Smita.
Yes.
I mean, you very well know you have been in the news since the past few days a lot, and I would say for wrong reasons. Let's start, let's unwind on this whole chapter of your life. And I remember one of Smita's statements, earlier statements, which he made when reports started breaking out about your friction with her. She said that, this man didn't want me to continue my work. Indirectly, she meant that you want her to be a housewife.
Right.
True?
How can it be true? It's any man who wants a woman to be a housewife will marry a housewife. Why would he marry a working woman, number one? Why would he marry an IAS officer, number two? Why would he marry an IAS officer who works in Madhya Pradesh, number three? And then what had happened with Smita, when she joined one export promotion council in Mumbai after our marriage, within 1 year she was suspended from the job. And I ran around 100 times to Bombay, Delhi, and Central Administrative Tribunal, High Court, Supreme Court, back to CAT so I fought that entire battle, I used to write her writ petition 14 to 16 hours a day, type, create records from Parliament, get my friends to ask questions because that Export Promotion Council had taken a wrong stand. Okay. And hands down, we won that case. If I wanted my wife to be a housewife, why would I do all that? Make RTI applications right up to Central Information Commission, in Delhi, and I got orders against even Cabinet Secretariat. Why would a man do that? And then after that, her ACRs were insufficient for 2 years, so she was not promoted with her batch to joint secretary rank. I personally went, used my good offices with my friends in the Congress, went to Narayanasamy, who was the DOPT minister, showed him all the documents and the Supreme Court judgment, CAT judgment, everything, and in 48 hours she was reinstated. Her rank was reinstated in 48 hours. Why would a man do all these things if he wanted to have a homemaker wife? I don't like that housewife word. I always use homemaker because it's a big job. It's a big job.
So
it's a lie.
So where are these statements coming from?
Out of something called lie, bubble of lie. Okay. Because this is self-defense and trying to project me as a man who's against women's empowerment, a man who's regressive. But has she written one mail or one message to me saying that? I want to ask her. One mail or one message saying that. Whereas I have, because I've been following all her interviews which are full of lies, and I've got all these documents. Whatever I will tell you will be based on documents.
When did you last meet her?
When did I last meet? Didn't meet her. She had brought the children to Pune Family Court when I had got that order for access on 2nd of January. Yeah.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay. And you met the kids?
Yeah. But we'll talk about it later. The other lie that she is spoken about is that, I want her to, it's the same thing, right? It's about making her a housewife. That's what she said here. पति चाहते हैं कि नौकरी छोड़ घरेलू महिला बन जाऊं. Okay. Now, let me tell you, when you broke that story, what was the basic premise of this marriage? My questions to her were, how are we going to make a life together? Why do people marry? For companionship, number one. Love, care, companionship. They make their own nest. They fight their own battles with the world outside, but they want to come back to that home where they will be cared for. There's a smiling face. If there are bachas at home, they unki khilkhilahat chahiye.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a magic potion for everybody to come back and re-energize. Okay, that's why my question was, how is that going to happen? So she said, no, 5 years I'm going to come and on deputation to that Export Promotion Council. After that, by 2014, I'll have to go back, but considering my rank, 3 years of cooling off period. And after that, I've had enough of all this government job, and it's a thankless job. And now, because she was 2 marriages down, 2 divorces she had already gone through. This marriage would have been the 3rd one. So she said that, I'll have to work there only for 3 years. By then, 2016, the government will announce 7th pay commission. Okay. And then I want to put in my papers. I want to have a VRS, voluntary retirement scheme. I'll have done enough service to get a good pension. And I want to have a good family life with my husband, my home, my child or children, whatever. And she paints, so I want to focus on my painting and just do that. I want to chill.
This was spoken much before marriage.
This was spoken in 2008, 7-8.
Okay.
So we married. And after that, of course, I asked common friends about her, and they all said, no, fun-loving lady and whatever. So that's how she used to project herself even at that time. So I said, okay. So we married. And then this case happened. So in that case, 2010, May 2010 to June 2012, I kept my career away, fought her case and did nothing else, and got her hands down victory.
Yeah.
By then, children were born. In May 2012, children were born. The chairman of that council told me, haath jod ke, ki bhai sahab, we respect you a lot. It's because of you that she has won this, but we will not let her enter the premises, our office. The way she's behaved with me or still behaving with me, their allegations were exactly the same. Today, I feel that their allegations were correct. Of very autocratic behavior, authoritative behavior, rude behavior. These were their allegations, not being available to the exporters. But the only thing they did is they didn't create that record. Okay, and they took a wrong stand that we are a private company. So I went into all sorts of this thing and proved that it's not a private company. It comes under government. So her termination or suspension was termed as illegal. Okay, so she was reinstated. But that's how it happened. And then when we knew that by October, November, we knew that there are 2 fetal poles in her womb. Okay, the doctor said after scanning. So then she said that VRS leke to aungi, but I don't know anybody in Mumbai. I have no friends in Mumbai. So my family is in Pune, everybody is in Pune, your brother is in Pune. Pune has Marathi culture, good schools. So why don't we think of
shifting?
No, not shifting. I cannot leave Mumbai because my films and TV work and web series today, it's all in Mumbai. But how far is Pune? If we bring up our children in Pune, it will be better for them culturally, educationally. I said, okay, that makes sense. So I agreed on that. And immediately before the birth of the children, mind you, they were born in May 2012. I took membership of a club in Pune, PYC club in Pune, for the sake of children's sports activity in December 2011.
Okay.
5 months
Even
before they were born. Yes. 5 months before they were born. After they were born, I foot all the bill of the all the bill of the hospital. Though she got all the reimbursement from SRTPC Export Promotion Council, but she's never returned my money. So things went on like that, and then she said that why don't we since we are settling down and bringing up children in Pune, why don't we have our own house in Pune? And she had some flat which she had sold. So within 2 years, you have to 2 or 3 years, you have to reinvest that money. That money was insufficient. So for a big flat, 2 children, by then we had 2 daughters, right? Twins. 2 daughters, she is used to a lot of staff. So the staff coming and going, her mother coming and going, I coming and going. So we wanted a 3-bedroom apartment. So we took 2 apartments adjoining 1 bedroom and made it into a 3-bedroom. It was already made like that. And but the money was less. Nobody gives loans to us film industry people, okay, because we are not on first ko salary nahi aati hai, regular pay. So I told her, you take the loan. So she said, I will take the loan, but you have to repay all this immediately. As soon as possible you have to repay that. I said, okay, that's not a problem, but you take, so that it's all easy. And before registration, when the last drafts were being exchanged and talked about with the lawyer, she came up with this thing that, look, I mean, I am going to leave my IAS job and come. So it's a big sacrifice for me. So I need some kind of a security in my mind for my peace of mind. So please accept that, let's have the flats in my single name, because eventually I will give it to our 2 babies only. No. So I said, okay, abhi theek hai. Ye bhi theek hai, if it is, going to give her a peace of mind and whatever. But let me, and then what happened is, after that thing happened, we bought the flat and everything. Khitpit, her behavioral problems were going on.
What was happening in Ghar mein day to day?
It's basically.
What was the friction?
There are more important issues to be talked about today.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
because of her lies.
I agree, but where does it break? Where did it break? What was the flashpoint?
That I will tell you. But why did it break is basically her attitudinal and behavioral problems. She is used to throwing her weight around and behaving very autocratically and manmani karna and all that. And so for me it was Bombay Pune, then it was Bombay Bhopal, then Bombay Indore, and extremely, I mean, I don't want to say anything from the certain things which I have already said about behavioral problems and everything in the court, family court, but basically they were behavioral problems, okay. And the major problem is I got to know after I dug into her past and got hold of certified copy of her first divorce judgment. That told me what is her main problem. It seems like the main problem is desertion. She cannot be steady in relationships.
And you met one of her ex-husbands, if I am not wrong.
That's what I'm telling you. I mean, that ex-husband gave me the whole story, and then we went.
Is this the second guy in her life or the first?
First ex-husband. First ex-husband.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't meet the second one.
No. And the first, because that was by mutual consent, so I don't see anything much coming out of there. Her problem seems to be she doesn't want to remain in a relationship, man-woman relationship. So my question to her always used to be, why do you marry? If you don't want to be a wife kind of a thing, you don't want to stay with me, so why do you marry 3 times? So no answer.
So she wanted to go and stay independently?
Independently. That's why Pune house.
Without breaking the marriage?
Without breaking the marriage means tum pade raho wahan pe. Aate raho. And then what happened is I paid up for the stamp duty, lot of other material for that house, white goods. I paid off all the this thing of the home loan of the bank. This is the bank statement.
Okay.
This is the bank statement. Okay, these are all whatever that print out. This is the bank statement, and these are all the loans given to her, under various accounts. 87 lakhs, 93,000, almost 88 lakhs of rupees. And I have been saying this to her from 2014. See, when 2016, Arun Jaitley ji was the finance minister, when he announced the 7th pay commission, I told her, according to your promise to me, it's announced, so you start putting in your papers. So it was like a thunderbolt attack on me that I am not resigning. I said, hello, here are the mails. Hello, this is 2014 mail, much before 16.
But she herself had said that I'm making a big sacrifice.
Yeah. That's why I bought. Otherwise, I have a house in Mumbai. Why would I have a house in Pune? If she had said, or if she had not said that she is going to take VRS, what would have happened under normal circumstances after her retirement? She would come to stay with me. Correct? I stay in Mumbai. What was the need for a flat there? Okay, so I have said this to her in 2014. I have said this to her in 14th March 2018. Here, it's a big thing. Here, change in VRS decision, PYC Gymkhana. It's a big thing. Okay, so much before this, I have been saying all these things to her. My loans I have been asking for.
And all this you have presented to the court.
Yes, this is all part of court documents.
Yeah.
Okay, and she is not replied to any of these mails at that time. These are all post facto afterthoughts.
You never picked up the phone and told her to reply.
No, what is there to pick up the phone? I used to go there, to Pune, Indore. I used to tell her,
okay,
why don't you reply?
Okay.
Why pick up the phone?
Okay.
So that once she said in 2017 we were doing Navratri. After that she said, हाथ जोड़ के इस बारे में वापस बात मत करो, तुम्हारा एक एक पाई मैं चुका दूंगी. तो मैंने ये मेल लिखा, ये 13 नवंबर को मेल लिखा. तुमने बोला था, show me the color of the money. This is 80,57,000. So color of the money I am yet to see. Here, these are all the documents. Then, after taking the loan and paying off the loan, before that in 2014, she said that now we have to look for a good school for the children. So she was leading me on to believe that she is following her promise of VRS. So we went to a nearby school. That school is here. That Gurukul school is known to be a good school. We went there. This is the photograph taken on 30th of August 2014. Because most of those people were my fans. So they said, photo chahiye saab, photo chahiye. तो ये बैठ के photo लिया. Why did we go? I was not a chief guest for a function there. And then there are mails exchanged according to what they told me. That these are the details of my children, and from 2017 June we seek admission, and they had said, okay, 16 में हमको वापस remind कर देना, admission will look into it, and they had said unofficially that there is no problem.
हो जाएगा.
We'll be glad to have your children in our school. तो ये सारी चीजें जो हैं, ये these are all the my counterfoils of my checkbooks to show PYC Gymkhana, hospital bills. Then this Garware Clubhouse at that same time in December 2011 had opened the membership. I wanted this because I live here. For me, it is more useful. As an actor, I need to look after my health. But she said, no, remember we are going to settle there. So we just spoke in October, November. So why are you doing this? So we looked, PYC is also open. So I took PYC Gymkhana membership. So all these things are all loans given to her. These are bank statements and bank passbook copies. Here are the bank statements, and which corroborate to payment of loan here. Okay. So one fine day, just saying, no, I am not going to take VRS. It just turned my world upside down. That means, what is my life? So my life ever since she left. Moreover, the same things were told to her in WhatsApp chat also. Here, a big WhatsApp chat here. VRS promise, dated 6th of January 2020. See, I filed the divorce petition. I walked out of her house on 14th of September 2019.
That's from Pune?
No, from Indore.
Okay.
She had already joined Bhopal and Indore in 2014 and 15. Okay. So I used to keep going to Bhopal and Indore. More in Indore because she was there for 6 years finally. Okay. So in 2019 a showdown happened and I walked out of her house. Okay. On 14th of September 2019. And after that I filed for the divorce. But the divorce petition has its own process to go through registrar, sub-registrar.
It's 4 years now, still not settled.
No. First to serve on her. So it was served on her only on 23rd of January 2020. Okay. Before that, she didn't know that I filed for divorce. So on 6th of January, practically 20 days before, I have written to her on WhatsApp about this VRS promise you have broken. It's turned my world upside down. Okay, but she's not responded. She's not replied. देखो क्या है? If again there is another para about VRS. Okay, so if a person keeps on sending you mails and WhatsApp messages about something which is untrue or a lie, there will be this repeatedly. One day you will say, no, ki boss, what are you talking about? This is all a lie.
So you told her that I am filing for divorce.
No, why should I tell her?
You did not.
I just came back and filed for divorce.
You filed for divorce.
So she didn't know. So that's precisely what I'm saying. So if she didn't know that I filed for divorce and I'm writing again and again that VRS promise has been broken, why didn't she say even once that I never promised you that? This is an afterthought in reply to my divorce petition. And now going one more thing ahead that he wanted me to become a housewife, this is not the stand.
But she also says that, apparently she needs money. आज एक report आया है कि she needs money, at least 10,000 each daughter, and you should be selling your property for that.
Why should I do that? I have paid for the house in Pune. 70%, almost 70 lakhs of rupees of mine, which is 70% of that property value at that time, is my contribution. That house is put on rent by her from May 2018 by keeping me in dark.
Oh.
Yes, it's a part of court record. She's never informed me. She's not informed me how much rent she is collecting. Now, when she was pressurized in the court that you are not telling me, she has given some kind of, it's like saying breach candy में आपको 15,000 में एक 3 bedroom का घर मिल रहा है. It's an unbelievable thing.
But she claims that you have not paid for the daughter's fees.
Yeah. But I have paid for 70% of the flat. I have paid for daughters. I started suo moto on my own. See, when you think of your children's upbringing, feeding them 4 square meals is not the only thing a father and mother think of. There's a house, there's their future educational security, financial security. There are all sorts of things you do. So I started their Provident Fund accounts, I started their Sukanya Samruddhi accounts, which Modi government had started, and today all this in their account, it amounts to 41 lakhs 15,000. This money is my tax paid money. So I can turn around and say, she has not contributed anything to this. She is only contributed 30% in that flat. She is not coming out clean about what rent actually she is getting. She is hiding the true figures now when pressurized by the court. So we have asked I filed an application saying submit all the your leave and license agreements. I want to know
the rents collected.
Leave and license agreements चाहिए ना मुझे.
You want to check whether she is really short on money for the daughters or no.
Today under RTI,
am I right? What am I saying?
I want to check whether she has given the Pune flats on rent according to market rent, or she is showing less rent coming to her. So we have asked her to produce all these documents, which she is still not produced. She takes hellishly long time even to give reply to the original petition. She is filed after 2 years. And these things are not a part of that reply. So I did that. I did PPF and Sukanya Samruddhi. I did PYC club membership. When she went back to Bhopal to join, she said मेरे अकाउंट में पैसा नहीं है, मुझे 20,000 रुपया दे दो, अरेरा क्लब की मेंबरशिप लेनी है, वो मैंने पैसा दिया है, उस सबका पैसा इधर है. And she is collecting rent from there.
Correct. But
so, if I am supposed to do everything and pay for children's education, you as a working woman whose salary is 3.5 lakh per month, what are you going to do? Financially, what are you going to do? That's unfair. If she was a homemaker, everything was my responsibility. I would have looked after everything. And not only that, when they were going to Sapling Nursery in Pune, they started that first nursery school. I paid for the fees. I used to pay for so many times the MSEB bills of those flats in Pune. I have paid for the society bills. All that I have.
Now, what's the battle of custody? Do you want your children to stay with you?
So, to conclude the school fees thing, okay, if she can't afford schools like Lawrence School, boarding school, which are very high-end, expensive schools, Who asked her to choose that school? It was not my decision. I was kept in dark. And she, on the one hand, wants me to pay for all these things beyond all whatever I have paid. But she's gone ahead and bought an agriculture land worth 85 lakhs in 2019. Before she knew that I filed for divorce, she went ahead and bought. I was kept in dark. There was no bond. She never creates a bond with her husband. She doesn't behave like a husband-wife team. So I will tell you how, so on the one hand you go on buying agriculture land on one side, you take stupid decisions if you can't, see, every mother and father will decide yatha shakti. If I have a monthly income of 1 lakh of rupees, will I think of putting my child into a boarding school where the annual fees are 15 lakhs of rupees? No. So there has to be a joint decision. The decision has to be a balanced decision after thinking together. Who told her to put the children in Lawrence school if she can't? And now she's crying foul that, I don't have money.
She's also saying that you haven't paid for their maintenance.
Maintenance means what else is she doing? I mean, that's precisely, maintenance means what? All this is all
also
about,
besides school.
No, besides school,
things,
there are so
other
many
things
other
which
things
the kids need.
See, a husband and wife, what they do is one person takes care of ABC, the other person takes care of X. So as a working woman whose salary is 3.5 lakh of rupees per month, she is expected to do her part. You can't, she's not a homemaker that, everything I will do. Plus, 70% of the rent she is collecting. When I asked her, what about that 70% rent? So she said, वो तो मैं बच्चों के लिए यूज करूंगी ना, तो कर ही रही है ना. तो अगर वो बच्चों के लिए यूज कर रही है, how can she claim that I'm not paying anything? Because she is showing only 15-20 हजार रुपए आ रहा है per month. तो वो अभी dig into करना पड़ेगा, ये 15-20 हजार रुपया कहां से आ रहा है भाई? If the flats are in the very, very high-end area of Pune, a 3-bedroom flat cannot fetch you a rent of 15-20,000 per month. She's written in one year something like 1,80,000 I have got. How? Means 15,000 rupiah ho gaya. That's not possible. So all these things will have to be looked into by the court, no? That's the thing. So these are all lies. Basically her entire demeanor is based on lies. There is nothing to substantiate what she is saying. She is not producing documents. She is not producing. We have asked for the documents for custody. We have asked for documents for maintenance. Has she produced the documents? Has she produced the leave and license agreements? No.
So now are you wanting the children to stay with you? Are you saying
I'll
that
tell you why.
Custody I should get?
I'll tell you why. Yes. One of the newspapers she is saying, मुझे बेटियों की कस्टडी मिली है. नीतीश बेटियों के मेरे कथित कोर्ट से मुझे बेटियों की कस्टडी मिली है. Show me the order. Show me the order. There is no order. The order is this, where she wanted the court to declare custody is given to her. Court has written custody petition is pending, and this order she has hidden from Lawrence School and everybody. She hides this order from everybody. So she has told the children that your father doesn't love one child. The other child started crying that why are you separating me from my other sister? I love her. I said, but beta, I am not doing it. I am telling you. And see, when you go to access meetings, you don't carry like this papers. Okay.
Yeah.
So I said, you go home and ask Smita to show you my custody application by divorce by mutual consent. Let's do, because I've written everything that why I want a divorce, because there's nothing left. It's a kind of a beating a dead horse, to get up, or a dead donkey. So it's there's no life for me. There was no life for me. See, she's saying I'm playing the victim card. No, I'm not playing the victim card. I am the victim. I am openly saying I am the victim. I am the victim of her mental, emotional, physical. 13 years. There is no physical relationship. I used to go and come back, but she would stay in a different room with children. I would stay in different room. Later on, sometimes children used to come and sleep with me. I would sing them, loris and whatever. We have a famous, our favorite lori. So I used to make them sleep like that. But there is no conjugal relationship between Smita and me for 13 years. She denied that. I'm a most convenient man, no, who's living in मुंबई में पड़ा हुआ है, कभी कभी आता है, पूना आता है, भोपाल आता है, इंदौर आता है, उसके लिए कुछ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, सिर्फ मैं आया हूं इसलिए खाना पीना दिया, तो कोई उपकार नहीं किया मेरे ऊपर, है ना। तो 2 साल में, in those 2 years when she was without a job, she was suspended, I looked after her completely. I didn't expect her to pay any money. I looked after the household because she was not getting, they had stopped the salary. Yeah, so it was my duty to do that. I supported her fully. But when you are getting salary, if I come to Indore and if you are feeding me 2 square meals, you are going to count that as something great she's done for her husband? What husband and wife do for each other is basically create a bond. Basically create an emotional bond together. For thick and thin, that everyone, both of them can come to each other, confide in each other, and get strength from the other person. That never happened because she is not available. She doesn't understand man-woman relationship at all. So, why do I want the custody? Because of these documents. Because of these documents. Right from the time I have walked out of that house in Indore, I have tried and made all the efforts, even immediately as first unlockdown. 23rd of July 2020. This is the mail. मैं आता हूँ, I'll get my COVID test done, RT-PCR positive, I will not meet children, negative, I will want to meet the children.
Okay, so you are saying that she stopped allowing you to meet them.
No reply.
But you could have just gone.
How can I go? Because we had parted on a very hostile note. And don't forget, she's eventually...
After all, they are your children, so...
Yeah, but then it doesn't work.
And hers as well.
When you are in a battlefield, you don't think emotionally. Your emotional actions can land you in trouble. I am showing you all these documents where I have made umpteen number of efforts to meet the children. I have gone to Bhopal when she was in Bhopal in March 22, twice in March 22.
Without informing her?
No, with informing her.
Okay,
mails.
Sending
mails
a
mail.
And
you see, my WhatsApp is blocked. So there's single tick mark. So I say I've sent her a mail.
She has blocked you on WhatsApp.
Yes. Okay. And that she lied. The first recording I did, she said recording से तकलीफ होती है. Recording से बच्चों को तकलीफ नहीं होती है. Recording से इनको तकलीफ होती है because those recordings expose her lies. First lie she told my babies was that I have blocked her, which is the lie. And she's written, she's given it to me in writing, here, that now I know, now you know why I block you. So she's accepted it. So what happens is she doesn't, when a person perpetually lies, a person doesn't remember what lie you have said, where, in what context. Here, 4th of May 2023. Now you know why I block you. This is her iCloud message. So all these efforts I have done. I went twice to Bhopal. No doubt I went once as a chief guest of something, once I went for a shooting. But so what?
But you were there.
But I was there and I'm telling you advance notice that I know that unka chutti chal raha hai. Get them to see the shooting. I wanted my children to see my world. But she doesn't let that happen. She's not let me meet them except for 1 hour, that too after a long pleading with her on 1st of July 2021. That recording also I put it on the court record. And that's why these recordings are a problem for her. Now, if you say that children know of the recordings, you're not supposed to tell them what's happening in the court. Why are you sharing court proceedings? So, all these documents show children wrote a book, never told me. So, you are teaching children to hide things from your life. So, girl child taken away, this is to show how effectively she has caused parental alienation. That's called parental alienation. Last year I did 60th birthday. So 60th birthday, 45 days before, it was on 2nd of June. 13th of April, my lawyer started writing to her lawyer that there's a special puja planned for me in Jabalpur. I want my babies to be with me. Okay. There's to and fro, stupid reasons. This is not the mail to write to. That is the mail, you write to her on that mail. Tell your client. Ye karke after 45 days you say children will not come.
And the reason?
Reason is I have to go to Hyderabad. Does your children's father's 60th birthday come every year? What was in Hyderabad? I've asked her, what is in Hyderabad? I never knew. You never went to Hyderabad for such an important occasion that your children need not be there for the father's 60th birthday. There was a puja, huge puja is there on the Facebook, right? So all these things that she has done, because of which I had to approach the court and file this document called Purshis and say I need to meet my children. Okay. So this document, and that too it was told by my lawyer to her lawyer said 2nd, 3rd, 4th January, and then these two orders were given to the Registrar Family Court Pune. Children are tutored, badly tutored. She is giving them toxic parenting. The same children who used to dance for 2 days before I went to Indore and Bhopal and Pune, why are they so toxic to me? Why are they so against me? Why are they calling me a liar? I was not with them. Something has happened with you. So you have done all these things and told them lies. That is why I am asking for custody. If she was, right from the day one I have been saying, don't involve the children. We can only reduce collateral damage of separation on our children. We have a pledge to them. There's a mail, 15th October 2017, followed by 3-4 other mails. She never replied. When I asked her, when I went to Indore, she said, do what you want. So I had to go and take an order. She is claiming that उनको तो free access है. तो free access है तो मुझे कोर्ट क्यों जाना पड़ा भाई order लेने के लिए? And then she comes on day one with children, पट्टी पढ़ा के, children are asking me all these wrong things, आपने एक बेटी का क्यों मांगा? And I'm telling them नहीं. So the other one started crying. She makes excuse of that. Child is crying. I'm not coming. I'm going. So the chief counselor of Pune Family Court told her, Madam, this is not done. They are meeting him after 4.5 years. ये normal होता है. उनको बात करने दो. 3 दिन का order है. ये contempt of court हो जाएगा. She said, same thing. I will not bring them. And she didn't. This is the certified copy of the court record. She did not come on 3rd and 4th. So we have given a report to the court of what happened. So you were
supposed to meet them for 3 days?
Yes. Yeah, and they were only fighting with me. Okay. Now what has happened is, when she was transferred in September 2021 from Indore to Bhopal, I kept on asking her for 8 months. Which school? It's a part of this. 8 months. No reply. So I would do my own internet research and say, these 2-3 seem to be good schools, but you are in Bhopal, you are a bureaucrat, make your own assessment and decide on, zero in on 3 schools. I will come to Bhopal. There is a mail saying that. Okay, I will come to Bhopal. We will meet all the administration of 3 schools. We will weigh the checks and balances. कौन से इसमें डालना है. Children's education or whatever your children have to do, it has to be mother and father's joint decision. A father who has done everything for those children from the time before they were born. He's looked after their sports activities through PYC Gymkhana in Pune. He's looked after 70% of the money given to those flats so that they are in peace. They stay in a good society, in a nice society and secured society. He has started their PPF and Sukanya Samriddhi accounts. He's done everything. Every time I went to England, suitcases full of lakhs of rupees worth of things used to come for children. There are videos to that effect. Those videos are taken by her. Those videos are also part of the record. And those records are given to her. That is why recordings are a problem with her now, because those recordings are going to expose her lies. So she put them in this school. I said, you cannot dismiss my father's involvement in their life as an emotional aspect. It's a very emotional thing. A child goes with the father and the mother and decides what school, the father and mother talk to the child. It's a collective decision. These are all things to bond the family, to bind the family. She dismissed my total emotional involvement and by doing जिसको हिंदी में अच्छा शब्द है षड्यंत्र, English would be conspiracy or manipulative tactics. Okay, these are those manipulative tactics to deny my emotional and physical involvement in my children's lives. But she wants my money. I say no, sorry. That's not. I am not. Am I an ATM card? First of all, you have taken away my children, so I become a wiki donor, and then you are treating me like an ATM card. I am a dead man. I am a man who's alive. I am a man who's loved my children. I am a man who's done everything for my children. I have tried to set an example before my daughters that men can be like this, compassionate. A father teaches a daughter how a man should treat a woman. Don't forget. That's what I was trying to do. Okay? She demolished that bond. And that's my anger against her, and that's my reason for asking for custody. Because this is toxic parenting. Okay? They were put there. Then she tells those people, the Bhopal school people, don't give him any information. They listen to him, listen to her. Then I keep on chasing them, give me information, please give me information. One fine day, last year on 11th February 23, a mail comes of the principal. She's applied for transfer certificate. I said, what? Transfer certificate means she wants to withdraw the children. Here are the messages. These are the messages. So I write to her. 21st February, I write to her. Now these are all the mails. What is the reply? What is the reply? In future, whichever new school is decided for admission, it will be informed to you. Decided for admission, it will be informed to you. Who am I? Am I not a father? And one fine day comes, Lawrence school mein ho gaya hai, and this is, you will agree that this is the best thing that could have happened to our children. I say, wow, suddenly they have become our children. There must be some hidden agenda. Enclose attachment kya hai? Come to Ooty and pay 8.5 lakh of rupees. So when it comes to paying money, they become our children. When it comes to loving them, giving access to the father, maintaining a healthy bond between the children and the father, then they are your children. Then you are saying, I am a single mother. Who told you to become a single mother? I never told you to. You deserted this third marriage. She deserted the first marriage as well. I will show you the judgment of the first marriage. So this is the thing with Lawrence. Now, I write to Lawrence, then in between period when they were in Bhopal, I constantly asked her, how do I talk to them? What is your address in Bhopal? From September 21 to June 23, she did not even give me her Bhopal address. She told the children that I have given the landline number. Where is the landline number? There is no landline number. So then what happened is, before custody issue is done, this issue is done. Before going to Bhopal this time, I became desperate because I wrote to Lawrence School on 26th of January. See, because 2nd of January she brought this tamasha she did, and it was all doctored, engineered by her. Okay, took away the children, whisked them away, and 3rd, 4th she didn't come. Okay, then we gave that report to the court.
And you went on 3rd and 4th?
I went on 3rd. That's what the report will show you. 3rd and 4th I went. Okay, and 26th of January I wrote to the school in Lawrence School Ooty that according to your school calendar on the net, my children must have joined the school again after winter break on 18th of January. So I have been chasing you since last year to give me the basic information of my children. This is the mail which I attached, 28th of July 2023. Please consider it sympathetically here. Please consider my request sympathetically and oblige ASAP. What I get is a shocker. Shocker. Your children have already been withdrawn from the school via Smita Bharadwaj email dated 27th of December 23. So when she came with the children on 2nd of January, she knew she is going to withdraw the children. And you withdraw a child from a school when you have already secured another admission elsewhere. I'm not a fool not to understand that. Then he says, we have already issued her transfer certificate on 12th of January. So the transfer certificate is also gone. And further he says, the children were admitted to the school prior to my association. The marital status of Miss Smita Bharadwaj was not disclosed by her to the school at the time of admission of children in Lawrence School.
This is the school writing you.
This is school writing me. And this same mail is here. This is this year, 2nd of February 24. Same mail was written by the school on 20th of June last year, where she said, Ms. Bharadwaj during the interaction with the selection committee has not disclosed about her family status.
How did they get your email?
I wrote to them. I made an effort. I wrote to them.
And then they started replying.
Because I found out through and through. Find me the principal's mail. So then it was a shocker. Then I wrote 2 mails to her. She is going on bleating before the media that it's not an official mail ID. Deciding Bhopal school, I am dismissed. My involvement is dismissed. Taking them out of that, if there are any problems, isn't it your job to tell me? It's your duty to tell me. Doesn't tell me. Takes them out. Puts them straight to Ooty. Why Ooty? My first basic question is, why Ooty? Only because they are far away from me. Aren't there any other good schools in Bhopal? Aren't there any other good schools in Pune? Your Mica is in Pune. You keep running to Pune for every other vacation. So why not Pune? Why not people from Pune and Bombay put their children in schools in Panchgani, Pune? Why Ooty? She has to answer that. So I wrote to her on 8th of February and 9th of February on her official mail ID, which is on the court records. She did not reply. She sends a stupid iCloud message saying, why did you say to the commissioner that SMS is not working? iCloud message. SMS is not working because you blocked me. See, I am not going to go from, you block me here, so I chase you there. You block me there, so I chase you there. That's not the only thing I have. I have my career to also look after. So I decided I will write to her official mail ID, which is in the court records. You're supposed to see it, right? She's not seen it. So in reply to that, on 14th again, I wrote a long mail to her. Long mail. Okay. And I wrote in that 14th wala mail also, she has lied to the police commissioner that the court has obstructed me from meeting the children. Show me the order. Show me the order. There is no such order. You also lied to Bhopal Commissioner today that you have provided me with Bhopal residence landline number. Does it show? I showed you that paper. Or show me the proof. No, say show me WhatsApp, show me SMS, show me iCloud, show me mail. I challenge you. Challenge her. Show me the message that you have given me the number. You have not given me the number. And that is why I went to the police commissioner with my complaint saying, if you don't tell me where my children are, it amounts to abduction. I'm sorry.
You went to the police commissioner of Bhopal.
Yes. If you don't, and this is the history. The history is you will not involve me in children's life. Now, not only involve me in their life, now you're kept me out and not telling me where they are. 3 mails are there. That amounts to abduction. Bhopal Police Commissioner told her, come to my chamber. She is a senior officer. So he gave her that respect. She is claiming that she made proactive efforts. Sorry. She makes proactive efforts for me too. She only says, let him come alone. All the time here. Last year I wanted to go to Ooty, Lovedale School, Lawrence School Ooty to meet the children. The principal told her. So she writes a mail to the principal saying he can meet the children alone. He cannot get any other person along with him. This alone thing started raising my antennae because that is why I did not go there. That is why I am insisting on supervised access, and this time I said I want a senior police officer, a lady police officer. Now, the most important thing you must see. When I got this judgment in my hand of her first divorce, I was shocked. I was shocked. This is the judgment of her first divorce. And the first divorce judgment says, I'm not saying it, the judge in 1995 is saying all these things. This is on 20th of April 1995. I didn't even know her. Okay. Is saying all these things which are marked, which are all wrong. These are all wrong. These are all wrong. She puts post facto, afterthought false allegations. So here the judge says she admitted that she submitted form for IAS examination in her maiden name. Now this is another issue, one day it's going to come. She further admitted that the amount of 11,450 were transferred to her account from the account of the petitioner. Petitioner is this husband, number one. When he was in America tour, see in 1990s, this incident probably happened in 1990-91. Okay, that time people's salaries were 3,000, 4,000. You are starting off in life. Okay, he was there, so he had given her some check to, for daily kharcha, because she was to prepare for UPSC exam. So she transfers 11,450 into her mother's account, and the moment he comes back from America, she has already packed her bags. She goes to her mother's house. Same thing happened with me. For 3 weeks, when the babies were some 4 months old, in October 2012, she had come, brought the babies to my house in Mumbai. When I was writing my debut feature film screenplay in Lonavala, she was in touch with me. Kab aa rahe ho, kab aa rahe ho? I told her this day I am coming by lunchtime. I came back on that day, all bags packed, everything, her brother's car ready, everything. She's saying, staff problem, I am going. She creates situations to justify her desertion of relationships. Then he says that mother has agreed in her deposition that she received. How will she say no? Because that fellow husband has given bank records. So she is used to embezzlement of funds. Okay. Then he says she was always interested in her career. She flatly refused to cohabit with the petitioner. Her intention was only to extract money from the petitioner. This is what the judge is saying. I am today saying with that husband number one, वो सस्ते में छूट गया, 11,450, maybe 11,450 at that time was valued at 10 lakhs. Okay, but she's done the same thing with me for almost 90 lakhs. Okay, then next he says the only question in this case is whether the petitioner has proved cruelty and desertion, and the decree has been granted on the ground of desertion. Okay, and this shows that the respondent is not telling truth. She was the respondent, not telling truth. The evidence of the respondent cannot be read and admitted, and also cannot be relied upon. Her evidence regarding these incidents cannot be admitted and relied upon. I find that the evidence of the respondent does not show that she suffered physical and mental cruelty as alleged by her. So then here, desertion on part of the respondent, and the petitioner has proved the ground of desertion. The petitioner and the respondent were knowing each other prior to the marriage. They had a courtship of more than 2 years, 3 years. Therefore, when they were so close, it is rather surprising that immediately, and that too on the honeymoon trip, the petitioner will cause physical harassment to the respondent, and that the respondent for the first time came to know about his drinking habit. I do not find any truth in her evidence. She is used to level false allegations on husbands to justify her desertion. She has deserted the first marriage, she has deserted the third marriage. And
Nitish, I must conclude here and ask you a simple question. Will you get married again?
See, today in this marriage, I have, as I said and I have exhibited, I have faced extreme amount of abuse of all sorts. And even now, with parental alienation, my 2 children are being taken away from me. If I tell you only the 2 lines that 11-year-old daughters told me, Papa, we are disgusted to call you our father. This is what one child told me. After 5 minutes, she gets up and shows me the door of the bungalow and says, why don't you just leave? After doing all these things, why is the child saying so? It's because you have given effect to parental alienation. Today, after facing all these things, I don't know, maybe it will be difficult for me. What has kept me going is my adhyatma, my philosophy, my spirituality, my meditation, my guru's advice, my best friend's advice. I have a circle of best friends who advise me, right advice. And it keeps me going. And let me be honest with you, this is not my battle. What have I asked for in this battle? Divorce, children's custody, my money. If I say, keep the custody and keep the money, she will immediately sign. It's a lie that I am asking for money. I am asking for my money that you cheated me of. I feel I am cheated. So, today it is my children's battle I am fighting. So, I don't know whether I'll be able to do justice to any other woman. I do. You are coming back to your basic question. Institution of marriage is special to Bharat. I believe in it. I have seen many successful marriages, including my parents' marriage. And I used to tell her, see their photograph when they were old, 70 plus, 60 plus. Look at the way they look at each other. That's the bond you build together. That's the life you make together. You go through the strife of life together. That's how you build the bond. Physicality finishes after 60, 65, 70. It's that what remains, companionship. Just doesn't understand. Never understood. So today, I don't know whether I'll be able to do justice to any woman. But I do believe in the institution of marriage because I've seen successful marriages. And I don't know what to say because I first need to save my babies. They are gone. If my child who I have reared like that from NICU, neonatal ICU, I used to go and talk to them, caress them like this. They used to be, 850 grams one child. Absolute, like a skeleton. I used to talk to those both children. I've done everything for them. I must save them. I don't want them to become like her. So, life is full of surprises, Vicky. I don't know what surprise life will put before me. I am open to life and I am not bitter. That much I can tell you. My spirituality, my meditation, I am fighting this battle with a Nishkam Bhav because I have to save my children. If she lets go of all these wrong things, I have nothing against her. Because in spirituality we believe that a human being is not bad. That bad quality has to be removed. So she has to only understand that and remove this. Today she is saying additional chief secretary is because of me. If I had not got her rank back then in 2012, 2 more years she would have become joint secretary after the batch. She would have never become additional chief secretary in her cadre in Madhya Pradesh. I looked after her brother in my house in Mumbai for 10 years, except for 1.5 year, 2 years he was in Chennai. But his saman was there in that room. 10 years, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything was in my house. I have fulfilled my every duty as a husband, as a son-in-law, as a brother-in-law, as a father. And then to get this kind of abuse is not acceptable.
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, nothing is permanent. Thank you very much.